So what is end of life care? So end of life care addresses patients with irreversible and advanced illness approaching the death. Okay, it can be a chronic one or it can be an acute one, but it has to be an advanced illness and there should be irreversibility here. So aim, when you know that there is irreversibility, so then the aim of care becomes relief of suffering, dignity, communication, and aligned decision making, and cure is then abandoned. Okay, because the patient cannot be cured, so we are not focusing on that part, but we are focusing on the humane aspects of the life and the treatment. Okay, so it includes symptom control, psychosocial support, family support, and appropriate treatment in limitation. As when we are explaining the patient about requiring central lines, arterial lines, intubation, or any other process, and we are explaining them in detail about the requirement of these processes and what are the pros and cons and side effects and how are we going to handle the complications. We tell them about every single aspect. So here also it is very important that when we are in a stage where we are in assessing that there is an irreversible advanced disease, the same thing has to be explained in detail, but in a pragmatic way where you are explaining why these treatments, although are important for many of the patients, but in this particular patient, this may not be a good choice because it can prolong the trauma and suffering of the patient. Right? So, so key definitions: terminal illness. Terminal illness is a irreversible condition expected to lead to death in the foreseeable future. Okay, you cannot be 100% sure, but it should be reasonably sure that it is an irreversible. Futility is redefined to indicate that desired outcomes in terms of both survival and quality of life are unachievable. Okay, so suppose one is that patient is possibly leading to death, but if death is not going to occur, then also the quality of life will be very bad. So that happens in patients of head trauma. Okay, so we know that initially there is a high chances of mortality, but once the treatment has been done and the brain condition has been stabilized, but the patient's neurological status remains very poor, the Glasgow outcomes score is very poor, and the patient is in coma condition, and the likelihood of being bedridden for the rest of the life is very, very high. There, you have to also think about the quality of life. Okay, so in that situation, also, it is important that we discuss whether the patient can go for end of life or we should continue the treatment. Actively dying is a patient who is in the final phase of a life with progressively physiological decline, right? Life sustaining treatment is the interventions that maintain vital functions such as mechanical ventilation, vasopressors, dialysis, ECMO, artificial nutrition, or any major surgery. So these are all life sustaining treatment, and FLST is foregoing of these life sustaining treatment when it is non beneficial or inconsistent with the goals of care. So here important is goals of care. We'll be discussing them. Now, others few important definitions. Withholding. Withholding means not starting or not escalating a life-sustaining intervention. Okay. So, suppose a patient is on vasopressor support, and we have all discussed and we agree that the patient is in situation where end-of-life care should be started, and we agree that we should withhold any further escalation. So, what does it mean? It means that we are not going to increase the vasopressor support. So that is withholding. Okay. Then you can also withhold a new intervention like dialysis or ventilator support or even non-invasive ventilator support, or you can withhold nutrition in extreme cases. Okay. Although in ICU it is very rare, because in ICU the patient dies mostly because of primary disease. So we usually do not withhold fluids, nutrition in ICU patients. Withdrawal Withdrawal is stopping an ongoing life sustaining intervention, just non beneficial. This is more tricky because already once a treatment has been started, then withdrawing it is far more challenging, both socially and medically, and we see that the it leads to process of dying becoming very fast, and you may feel that you are actually giving patients active euthanasia. So it gives you a very difficult choice ethically as well, and legally speaking about it, withholding and withdrawal are at same level of stopping the care of or stopping the non-beneficial treatment. So legally they are equal, but morally and socially and ethically they are different, and it requires far more courage to withdraw than withhold. DNAR is do not attempt resuscitation. So this is not to attempt the CPR in the event of cardiac or respiratory arrest, but it does not mean that we are stopping all other treatments. So all other treatments can go anytime, but if the patient undergoes a cardiac arrest, we will not do a cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Then advanced medical directives. So it is a written declaration made by a person with decision making capacity. This is very important. So at the time of the making the written directive, the patient should be able to make the decision, documenting how they would like to be medically treated or not treated depending on their wishes should they lose the capacity. Okay. So suppose a patient has a advanced medical directive about that I should not go any sort of cardiopulmonary resuscitation if I have a cardiac arrest. So, and if it is clear and it is acceptable uh, uh, from legal point of view, then if the patient sustains a cardiac arrest, you can write down in your notes that the advanced medical directive was there, and we are not giving CPR as per the advanced medical directive, and this is legally safe thing to do. In fact, if you give CPR to this patient, that can amount to be some illegality, right? So that is very very important, and as the things are evolving, this advanced medical directive thing is going to increase. Especially the age of patients is increasing, the awareness is increasing. So we have to be aware of all these new developments.